everybody, and welcome to my show. I'm your host, Kalia, coming right at you, the fabulous bitch I am. And for all of you tuning into my YouTube channel, welcome to the first video of the channel that we are really going to be getting into a couple of things today. The first thing I'm going to be getting into, woke TikToks, and, the woke culture saying biological sex doesn't exist. First off, biological sex does exist. It's a very real thing. I mean, even me as a trans woman, I was biologically born a male. I can't change that. Now, I just think it's gotten too much. Because I think now you have two different types of disorders. You have gender dysphoria, which is a recognized medical condition and a psychological condition. And then you have social gender dysmorphia, which is like the indoctrination of kids with hormones and drag shows. Now, listen, if I ever had a child, if I ever did, I would never indoctrinate the kid into an idea just because it's my idea of what is right. I would let that kid make their own decision and base their own facts off things, and that's the problem, is that, and I'm going to say it again, social gender dysmorphia is the epidemic, is one of the epidemics of many things that's happening. I'm noticing that a lot of kids who started transitioning at a very young age are actually regretting it when they're older and saying the transition ruined their life. I mean, this is the problem I have with today's world. And this is the problem I have with the woke and the liberals. Is that they have turned transgenderism into like the freak show. They have, because you have people walking around with full beards and they're going, oh, well, I'm a woman. How dare you assume I'm a man? Sweetheart, you got a beard as long as fucking as fucking Richard Kalinsky. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, you can't get mad at me for assuming your gender when you have a beard longer than the Taliban. Like, come on. Like, that's so ridiculous. Like, I'm sorry, but if I ever saw someone on the street that was wearing a dress, has a beard, I'm gonna assume they're like some half-man, half-woman circus act from the freak show, or I'm gonna assume they're just a very androgynistic male. You know what I mean? Like, even non-binary, like, okay, when I was a kid growing up, we had a thing for non-binary. It was called, I believe the word was androgynous. And everyone was okay with that. Like, listen, you're an androgynous, cool. Like, no one had an issue with that. But non-binary, it's not a medical condition like gender dysphoria. It is not any of that. In my opinion, non-binary is a choice. Okay? You choose to be identified as a they and a them. And the other thing, too, is that, we're going to get into the second part of the show now, and I'm so happy I'm finally getting to this part of the show, is that teachers and parents, and letting their kids transition at such a young age. Like, shame on you. Like, that's child abuse. Like, TikTok and the woke and the far left have lied about hormones, okay? I am on HRT. I would know. When you take HRT and you're going from male to female, okay? You're gonna become infertile. There's gonna be some irreversible effects like breast growth, being infertile, being at a higher risk for osteoporosis and spinal stenosis. The list goes on. And another thing I cannot begin to emphasize is that I am all for an adult if an adult is suffering with gender dysphoria, I'm all for them doing what they have to do, like myself, to feel better about themselves and to feel better about their body and how they view it. But what I am not okay with is putting an 8-year-old on HRT who doesn't even know what the fuck his favorite color is, never mind what his gender is. So, and I get really kind of emotional when I talk about this because it's like, why? Why do this to people like myself, Blair White, and many others I can name who are trans? And we don't think like that. Like, listen, people who are really transgender, they don't care about protesting. They don't care about politics. Sure, we have our beliefs, but we're not out the streets going, like, you know what I mean? Like, no, like, we just want to live our lives as the gender we feel and be accepted by society for who we are. That's the fact to it. You see, if you had told me years ago that gay rights and trans rights were going to be involved in indoctrinating kids into social gender dysphoria, indoctrinating kids are basically trying to pick them out in schools. Like, I feel like the teachers, what they are doing is this. Okay, which one of you is gay? I know it's one of you. Which one of you is non-binary? Which one of you is a lesbian? Which one of you is bisexual? Which one of you is transgender? I know it's one of you. One of you it is. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I know. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's... Okay, first off, that is beyond fucked up. That's almost cult-like behavior if you think about it. Indoctrinating a young mind into one idea, into one belief, and then when you go against that belief or you speak out, saying, like, for a good example, as I talked about in my last video, detransitioners get hated on and bullied by the trans community. Now, some of these people are just bullies. Like, listen, how can you sit there and say you are fighting for women and you are fighting for rights when you're attacking people who say, listen, I did this and I regret it. You might want to think twice about it. Like I said in the previous video, we need to know that shit. Listen, just like religion, you need to know the negatives and the positives. Well, with transitioning and being transgender, I feel as, for me at least, it's more about, how should I put this? I'm trying to find the right words to use that doesn't come off as condescending. Because I'm just so sick of watching the kids being indoctrinated into this cult-like mentality where, God forbid, you disagree with them. They pick on you, they bully you, they insult you, they will make fun of you, you'll have hate mail. Like, listen, I just want to say for the first part, for my viewers tuning in and for those who don't like what I'm saying, if you do not like what I am saying, I recommend you join my hate mail club. What you do is write a letter to me. Tell me why I have hurt your feelings. And then after I write the letter to you, I want you to show me on this doll, on this Alice Cooper doll, where I hurt you. Did I hurt you there? Did I hurt you over there? Did I hurt here? Did I make your brain explode? Okay, so that's what I'm gonna say. And I would also recommend, when you do write that paper, okay, when you write that hate mail, you put it to your nearest receptacle, aka trash can in public, and I promise you, it will get to me in one way or another. So, back to what I was saying. So, that's about my thing about with the TikToks and the misinformation they're spreading about gender dysphoria. And, like I said, there's two different things now, in my opinion. There's gender dysphoria and then there's social gender dysphoria, which is like the indoctrination of kids and young people. Now, like I said, I am all for somebody being who they are and being true to themselves. But what I am not for is putting, like I said, a kid on hormones. It's wrong. So, for those who have tuned into my show, thank you so much for tuning in. And I hope you have an awesome day. And I will see you next time. Bye.